When politicians fail, we need artists to take their place. And politicians are failing all over the world. I don't care if they're left or right, or up or down, or right or left, or male or female, or black or white, or Democrat or Republican. The system is bogus. The system is bankrupt. It only serves moneyed corporate interests to have you think there's a difference between the two. And I'm sorry to all the people who are pissed off from me coming out and saying that. But after being a lifelong radical Democrat, I have not become a Republican. I have become an anti-politician because the system is way too fucked for anybody to make a difference. And we began to see that even in the 1960s, when the CIA blew away JFK, as has been recently shown by declassified CIA documents. Alan Dulles of the CIA put out a hit on JFK, as many of us have been saying for years and years. And we're called crank conspiracy theorists. In fact, the whole term conspiracy theory came from those of us who spoke out about JFK's assassination being more than the work of a lone gunman, which was absurd. And so what's happening here now is that artists need to step forward because they're the only ones whose imagination is free enough to begin conceiving pathways beyond the delusional entanglements of our times. I'm a student of history, and every age has had its own entanglements, but I don't think that any age has been this delusional before. And the politicians just can't do it, even the well-meaning politicians. And there are a few well-meaning politicians on both sides of the so-called fence, but even they are not able to get anywhere in such a system, as we saw with JFK, as we saw with Bobby Kennedy, and with people like Martin Luther King. Anyone who has a true vision for uniting all the people is going to be discounted, discharged, slandered, reputation smeared, not so much assassinated anymore, because a lot of the powers behind the scenes learned that if you martyr somebody, you create a lot more support for their cause. But it's the artists of our time that need to lead the way forward now by envisioning, as many of us did in the 1960s, a new way, a better way, the way of love, the way of compassion, the way of unity, the way of understanding. And inside each of us is an art waiting to be discovered and applied.